What is up? I am finally at the gym. I mean, just some backstory. I have been moving like crazy since Friday. It was Memorial Weekend. Over the weekend, just did a huge move. And so, I mean, I was averaging 10,000 steps for like 3 or 4 days in a row. I mean, just a lot. And on the actual moving day, I mean, I did like 20,000 steps, climbed over 20 flights of stairs. I mean, just a lot of stuff. So I am very, very tired, but I know that it's been a couple days since I've been to the gym and I need to get my body moving. I need to get some mobility, some flexibility, some stuff going. Probably going to do a little bit of more of like a mobility kind of warm up day with a little bit of shoulders and back, depending on how I feel. So I figured I might as well start taking advantage of the new gym, which is the LA Fitness here in Kearny Mesa. This gym has been one that I've gone to for a little bit, but I always lived a little further away from it than I wanted to be. And so now that I live about, 5-6 minutes away, definitely going to be my home gym for the time being. And I am excited to use the equipment here because they have a huge variety, a different amount, different versions of the same machines. And they're like the classic old school stuff. One of the things that I hated about 24 was the hoist machines. There was only a few that I really liked, but most of them I stayed away from. But at this gym, they have quite a bit of the good stuff. So the Cybex machines, the Life Fitness machines, I could go on. The good quality pieces, they got them. So I'm excited to see what happens to my physique as I begin training with those pieces. And yeah, but we're not going to get overzealous today. Today is kind of just a mobility day, going light, probably 60% of what I'd normally do, and then just take it easy because I really want to make sure that I am getting my body back in the motion, getting myself back in the pattern of training and not just go jump right back in because I don't want to injure myself. My back's been definitely really sore. My hips have been sore. My hamstrings got a little tight. So I know that I need to kind of take a step back, do some mobility work, do some recovery protocols. And then once I get those things feeling good again, we'll be able to slowly start getting ourselves back into our routine and progressing. So with that being said, we're going to head into the gym. It's pretty early today on this Tuesday, so it shouldn't be too busy. I'm gonna try and film some of the content and then we will see. So let's get to the workout. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do a quick little voiceover on this clip. I'm not sure why, but the audio cut out on this one clip in the whole video, so this is just a post voiceover for this one clip. But basically what I'm describing here is using this V-bar handle to get my hands a little bit closer and to get my elbows closer in front of the body as a way to really engage my lats. And what I'm focusing on here is a good deep stretch. So I'm reaching up nice and tall, letting my shoulder blades kind of rise, and then I'm gonna depress my shoulders, drive my elbows in front of my body, and I'm really trying to keep the pull as vertical as possible. So I don't want it to kind of pull directly towards me like a high row. I want it to really feel like a lat exercise. So I'm keeping my chest up nice and tall, keeping my neck and my head nice and neutral, and I'm really exaggerating the stretch and exaggerating the elbow tuck down in front of me. Obviously, the elbows are going to go a little bit back towards the midline, but as long as I keep the tension on the lat, that was kind of the goal. Kind of like a nice proprioceptive set to get the lats firing nice and good before I get into my main pull, which is going to be a wider grip overhand position. So we're going to increase the weight on the bar. I think I just did like 50 or 65 pounds, really focusing on getting some activation. And then we're going to switch out the V-bar handle for a straight bar handle, and we're going to continue with a few more sets here. One of the things that I was focusing on during this workout was control and also activation, because it's been a couple of weeks since I've really been able to push myself, and I don't want to, pull a muscle or get overly sore, because there's still a lot of work that has to be done around the house because I'm still unpacking. But we're going to go ahead and switch the bar out, and we're going to get on with the rest of the workout, where I'll be continuing the live voiceover. I'm not sure how clear this is going to sound, but I just recorded this set and I did not have my mic on, so we're going to redo. This is my second set of the wide grip lat pull downs. Again, keeping it kind of light.
Not going super heavy today. We've got 75 pounds on there. Really going for form and for pump. So index finger right where it starts to kind of dip. I like to place the knock, the very, very, very notch of that knuckle in there. And then when I go to sit down, I imagine that I'm almost like hanging off of a bar because I want to emulate a pull-up. Right? Once I get my lower body in position, my chest in position, then I'm going to start really visualizing pull-up. Right? So I'm pulling my shoulders in, external rotation, driving my chest up as high as I can towards the bar, and then slowly lowering myself down, keeping my shoulders engaged the whole time. So nice, good stretch at the top. Pulling my shoulders as if I'm doing a pull-up. Try to keep that chest and chin as tall as I can as I go through these. Yes, I'm reaching up now as high as I can here, getting a good stretch, letting myself reach that chest forward, and pulling that chest up. Again, I'm not pulling down. I'm pulling myself up. That's how I'm able to get the contraction in that mid back and lower lat that I'm looking for. Okay. Oh. So when you're doing these wide grip lat pull downs, you want to imagine that you're pulling yourself up to a bar, not down to you, because that's when your arms start taking over. And for me, I really want to get my lower lats and some of my mid back. So this has been a great exercise to kind of help target some of those muscles a little bit deeper. But now we're going to move on to our first shoulder / upper chest exercise. All right. So this Life Fitness shoulder press is one of my new favorite shoulder press machines. So if you guys know anything about my training, I usually am a barbell guy. I do barbell overhead press, but I'm taking a different route now that I've got access to quality machines and I'm using them. So this is one that I've been using the last couple weeks that I've been coming here. And what I like about it is you can lean yourself forward and then lean yourself back as you're pressing. And we're going to go lightweight. We're going to do 30 pounds just to kind of start. But I like to have this right about where I would be holding the bar. So this is already a little bit lower than I would like. So I'm going to actually adjust the seat just a tiny bit. I'm usually on like a 2 or a 3. So it's right about here. Yeah. So same thing as an overhead press that I would normally do, right? I'm thinking about getting my chest up nice and tall, shoulders are back, chest is forward. Then I'm just pressing up overhead, controlling it on the way down, pausing, and pressing. So I can lean back. As I press, I can lean my chest forward a little bit. Really get that front delt working. And again, for this, I'm not really going heavy today. It's more about technique, pump, control. Notice the reps are not super, super quick, especially for these warm-up ones. I want to feel what it feels like to have that resistance under me, because that resistance is going to help with growth. If I can stimulate as much as possible, I can increase the amount of growth potential in the muscle. Okay. That felt pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is we'll go up to 40 and then probably going to change the grip just a little bit, just so that I'm a little bit more in line with like a barbell position. Eventually I'll do barbell overhead press again, but as an intermission to the barbell pressing, we're doing machines, and I feel like this has been firing up my shoulders way more than barbell overhead press does. So I feel like barbell overhead press really gets my upper chest and my triceps really good, my shoulders obviously, but this, for some reason, I feel it really good in both shoulders. So we're gonna take a little bit of rest and we're gonna get back to the next set. I'll give you guys a different little angle here. So 40 pounds on the bar, second set, probably really the first set. We'll probably do 3 sets of this one. And then we'll go over to probably a mid-back row. There's a chest-supported Life Fitness machine that is one of my new favorites that we're going to use today. I usually do a wide grip on it, and we're going to do a narrow grip on it. And then after that, we'll do an incline machine. And then I'll probably do a little bit of shoulders, like some dumbbell lateral raises and some face pulls, just kind of round some things off. But we're going to get into this next set here, and I'm going to change my grip ever so slightly to where I am pushing into the nook of my thumb, the webbing of my thumb and my first finger a little bit more. Keep my chest up, and press from here. Again, with these, we're really just focusing on the control on the way down, keeping that position, keeping my chest tall, keeping my neck nice and straight. I'm not reaching my head forward. As I press, I'm pressing slightly back. So I'm thinking about pressing back. And again, I'm only going down to about where I would with the barbell, which is usually about chin height for me. I feel like that gives me the best on my shoulder. With the machine, I can go a little bit deeper without pain, which is awesome. So I can again get that shoulder growth that I might normally not get from barbell. All right, last one here. Really good stretch. Really good press. And then the negative on the last rep, we obviously always try to milk. Okay. So I'll call that first working set for the machine. We'll do one more. I think we'll go up to 50. And for the rep target range, we'll probably go for between 8 and 10. Again, going for a slower eccentric, a little bit faster concentric, but keeping the whole movement under control throughout the whole exercise. So take about a 60-second rest, grab a sip of water, and we'll hit this last set. I'm gonna have you guys face front. This is just so that I can also see where my arms are moving. So obviously I'm filming stuff for content for you guys, but I'm also filming it so that I can see how my form looks and just generally how the set looks. So we're at 50 pounds now. Last working set for today. Same grip that we just did. Getting the notch of that thumb in there. Elbows tucked in forward, chest up. 1, 2. Okay, so that set felt identical to the other sets. Now that I'm 3 sets in, I'm feeling the muscle burn a little bit more towards those latter reps. I think I actually went over and did closer to like 10, 12. I really wasn't counting. I just know that at a certain point I did like 6 or 7. And so I knew that if I did a couple more, I'd be close to 10. And then from there, it was just like another one, maybe another one. So I don't know if I actually got more than the 8 or 10 that I put on there, but going really for the control, the contraction, the burn was the main focus of this exercise today. So the reps, as long as they were quality, it's okay if I miss the target a little bit. But we're going to go to the Life Fitness horizontal row. It's a close grip and a wide grip, neutral grip row. I'm going to try the close grip today, see how I feel. And then we're going to do a incline chest machine. And that's pretty much it. If we've got time, maybe do some rear delts and some lateral raises. But I'm trying to get out of here at a reasonable time. It's about 10:30. I do have work at 11:45, so just kind of finishing up a couple things before I shower and get there. Super important. But let's go ahead and hit that next exercise. Again, 2 or 3 sets, and then we'll do incline and see where we're at time-wise. All right, so this is one of my newer favorite exercises that I obviously just started using. But so I'm still getting some of the, the seat height stuff down and kind of where I'm supposed to be. So let me just adjust that. Cool. And then as far as the distance, I think this is a pretty good distance. We're going to do 60 to start. And we're going to try out this middle handle here, see how we feel. So, first working set, our first warm-up set felt really good. It's also the first time doing this close grip position. I normally do the wider one, so being able to really get my shoulders back a little bit more feels really good. First set was this 60. I think the working set we can actually go to 75. And again, going for that control, that reach, that pause to stretch, and then that good contraction. Not really necessarily going any specific speed during the concentric. It's really the eccentric that I'm trying to slow down, okay? All right, let's do it. So what I'm thinking about here is, I'm actually thinking about pulling my chest through the bench pad. Okay. Ooh, that felt really good. No, this is absolutely one of my favorite now. That this close grip position alongside like the arcing motion in, the shoulders just feel good. The back feels good. I feel like my traps are maybe doing a little bit more work than I'd like. I mean, obviously my mid traps, I want them to work, but not my upper traps. So I feel like I just got to remember to keep my chest really tall, my neck long, and then just slight external torque as I'm pulling, so I can turn off those traps the best that I can. But generally speaking, feels really good. So next set we're going to jump up to 90, knock out a good easy set for another 10 to 12. Then we're going to go to incline chest press. Let's do it. It feels really, really good. I feel like anytime I take like 3-4 days off and then I come back to the gym, those workouts always feel the best. Those workouts always feel like, I don't know, like it's hard to describe. Like those workouts always feel like rejuvenating. And I think it's because I'm taking my time. There's no expectation to lift heavy. It's just get a pump, feel good, and those endorphins just take over from there. So, am I feeling as strong as I normally do? No. Am I still tired? Yeah. And I haven't trained legs yet, so obviously that might be a different story. But upper body feels pretty good, and I am very grateful for that. So we're going to knock out one more set here with 90, and we'll get out of here. Now, the question is, do I want to put straps on, or do I want to do it with no straps? I feel like it's only 90 pounds, so I should be able to do it without any straps. I feel like I really don't need straps until I get closer to like the 150, 165 range. So we'll do no straps. We'll go just plain old school no strappy. Next up, external torque. Oh yeah. Keep that chest up, neck is long, stretch. External torque. Pull. Oh, that was a good one. Okay. I think I did 12. I did lose count. I lost count and I was like, I think I've done 8. And then I was like, all right, 4 more then. So I may have done more than 12, but 90 feels good. I definitely didn't control the eccentric as much as I would have liked to. I started getting more concentric focused and just kind of made sure my chest was up. But what I'm doing in my head is I'm repeating cues, right? So tall chest, slight external rotation at the bottom, pull your chest into the bench. I'm thinking about those things as I'm going through, and I'm kind of making it like a game. Like, okay, I hit that one perfect, hit that one perfect. That one wasn't as good. The next one's got to be perfect, So trying to make sure every rep is as optimal and as efficient as I can right now, especially because I'm going light. When I start going heavy, that kind of mindset is there for the warm-up sets, and then once you get into the real shit, no, it's time to just lock in and just pull. You know what I mean? Especially on something like this. But again, today is a day that we want to just take it easy. We've been inactive training-wise for the last 4 days. We've been real active walking and climbing stairs and stuff. So we don't want to push our body too far. We don't want to be super sore. There's still a lot more work that I got to do outside of the gym. So I don't want my gym training to affect my actual life stuff, right? So last exercise for the back, we're going to go ahead and go over to the shoulder press machine or the incline press machine. And there's 2. There is a Nautilus, and then there's a Life Fitness. And I think I did the Nautilus last week, and it was so good. So we're going to go to the Nautilus, actually right across here. So we'll grab our stuff, hit the Nautilus incline for a couple of steps here. Okay. All right, so this is the Nautilus incline chest press machine. I've got the seat set to 3.5, and both the narrow and the wide feels really good. But what I like about the Nautilus over the Life Fitness, which is, you can kind of see it's the next one over, the Nautilus goes inwards, it converges. So you're kind of pressing up and together. At the bottom, it's kind of coming down and out a little bit. So feels really good on the shoulders for me. And I can almost keep my chest up really, really good with the Nautilus. With the Life Fitness, I can keep my chest up fine. But because it's more of an up and back and not a converging, sometimes I feel my shoulders do more work on that one than my chest. So I like this variation a lot. I already did a warm-up set just to kind of feel this one out. Did about 35 pounds. So let's increase the weight, and then we'll do our first working set. We'll go with 50 pounds as the working set. I think what's cool and funny is that your feet dangle off this. So I'm on a kid's ride. And it just feels so funny to be in a gym and just not have my feet on the ground. Is super weird, but hey, I'm able to get a good chest contraction, so I don't mind it too much. We're actually going to do a slightly wider grip like this kind of inside of the horizontal grip. And we're going to go from here. So chest is up, pressing up and over, nice and controlling the way down. Oh. 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 So this one feels good, but I'm noticing that my left shoulder is just like not in the same position as my right shoulder. So I might just need to kind of like get myself in a position. We're gonna try these handles as well. 50 pounds, totally doable with this as well. So I'll rest for like 30 seconds. All right. All right, so I was gonna do cable face pulls, but the gym is a little too busy to, one, find a cable, and two, I don't want to block anyone's way, right? Like part of this whole like content filming and like being in the gym and like training and like filming that shouldn't be super disruptive to others. And so if for whatever reason my exercise plus the filming might interrupt someone, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try not to do those things. So this was open, and there's a lot of free space around me, so I feel like this is probably the best place to do this, and I can still hit the rear delts pretty well. I saw this first done by Jeff Nippard, but I haven't tried it out yet. We've just got 25 pounds on it, nothing too crazy, but I'm facing the other side of the pec deck, and it's to my side instead of me facing directly forward. That way I can grab the handle and I can reach across, get a good stretch, and then push out. So this is really a stretch focused exercise for the rear delt. And so I'm not going super heavy. 25 is probably the most that I'll do today, first time doing it. And the goal is really just to find the range that is comfortable in my shoulder. So right about here is good. I can probably push a little bit more if I wanted to. But I'm keeping my chest up and I'm letting that cable pull my arm across my body. And I'm just pulling it back across. I'm just trying to keep everything stacked, the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, get a good stretch, pause, and then get a good pull. Now, obviously with this, you're gonna feel your trap also do a little bit of work. So I'm just trying to keep my chest up, my head and neck long, and just use my rear delt the most that I can. We're reaching across, holding, and then resisting and fighting it. So we're really trying to get that muscle to work under control. Oh, like another 2 more in me. Good strength. 1 more. Okay. Ooh, that was the right side. I'm gonna knock out the left side. You guys don't need to see that. It's the same thing as the right side, right? But just really reaching and getting that stretch, and then within the stretch, building a contraction that's resisting that tension back. I'm not just like jerking it back, right? It's all about letting off the gas, letting on the gas when it comes to something like this, especially with lightweight. People are going to be really easily wanting to just like flail their arms around. Don't do that. You really want to go slow, go controlled, fight the resistance, and then slowly ramp up the resistance to then lift weight. Let me do my other side though. All right, so this is the first time that I've used this particular lateral delt machine. I like the way it looked because it had this like angle. The rest of them here are just like straight. And something about this was like, this is going to feel really good, like angular, like the way it's going to rest on my forearm, and it does. What I don't like are these handles. I would never hold on to the handles. I'm going to have actually in both hands just tennis balls, and I'm going to squeeze them firmly and do my lateral raises that way. If that feels weird on your shoulder or your bicep or your tricep or your elbow, don't add the tennis ball. Or if holding onto the handles feels better, hold the handles. I just like either having nothing in my hand and just in a clenched fist, or having a tennis ball in my hand. Feels pretty good. Also, I'm not leaning forward on this. I'm actually pretty upright. This incline pad makes you think that that's what's going to happen. That's not what I'm personally going to do. So we're going to get set up here. I'm grabbing the tennis balls, chest and chin is tall, making sure my shoulders are in a good position. And then once all those things are in check, then I'll raise out to the side. And I'm still thinking, same cues that I would be thinking with any other form of a lateral raise. So chest and chin is tall, neck is long, pushing my arms out to the side, not up to the sky. I'm also focusing heavily on the pinky. Raising that pinky up like I'm pouring out the glass of water just slightly at the top, not over exaggerating. You can definitely feel this both in the delts and in the traps, so you got to be careful with this one. But I'm just trying to emphasize keeping my chest up nice and tall, pushing my arms out to the side to get that effect. Letting my arms really come close to my body so I can get that good stretch on the delts. Okay. So it's just 25 pounds. We're going to go up for the first working set here. All right, probably my last set here for these, only 30 pounds on the bar or on the machine. And we're going to go for just a good controlled set of 12. I think 12 is good. So chest and chin is tall. Get my feet forward. Nice long neck. No tennis balls this time, just to see how that feels. Okay. Oh, okay. So that was the last set of these. It's really weird to describe this particular version of like a lateral raise because it is, at least without doing a dumbbell lateral raise or a cable lateral raise and then doing this, like really compare, this just feels different. It almost feels like your entire arm, like that whole delt, just on fire. The cable lateral raises, it feels like that in the stretch position. And with the dumbbells, it feels like that at the top. But with this, it almost feels like that the whole time, which is a pretty good resistance curve, if that is the case. Not really too sure, but that's just what I personally feel. I'm sure there maybe is something to this machine. It is an old school flex machine, which I feel like are some of the better quality pieces. So that pretty much wraps up my shoulder and back day. I don't do arms on shoulders, at least not right now. And I got to train the legs probably tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, Thursday. Because again, we're taking this week back to the gym slow, especially with the move, especially with a lot of the changes in our life. We want to not overwhelm ourselves. The gym is a place that I use to decompress and to relax and to, focus on building myself. And so, I don't want it to be a negative impact on my life. I want it to be a positive impact on my life. And I think during transition periods, especially stuff like this, if you can, try to back off. If you've got like a competition or a sport coming up, or you obviously can't do those things. You have commitments you have to uphold. There's expectations of you, but right now I've got nothing lined up for the foreseeable future. And so this gives me an opportunity to dial things back a little bit and, kind of take it one step at a time until I'm starting to get into the groove again, and then we can start pushing. So that pretty much ends the workout. I may end up doing like one or two more things without filming it, just because again, the gym's getting busy. I don't want to interfere anyone else. I'm grateful to even be able to record at all. And the last thing I want to do is to bother anyone. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is the first vlog with me gym training at the new spot. If you enjoy this kind of content, let me know in the comments below. Share it with your friends. And until next time, guys. Catch you later.